Hello, and welcome back to your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. I'm Olivia, and I am here to help you dream bigger, remember who you really are, and live a life that you love. Today, we're talking about something wildly, drastically important, per usual, because I only talk about important things, which is regulating your nervous system. I felt very called to make a video about this because there's just so many things in the world right now that are intentionally designed and trying to dysregulate us. When we are dysregulated, when we are stressed, essentially stress and anxiety is mostly just dysregulation in our body. So if some forces that be want us to stay in fear and want us to stay stressed, then it makes sense why there's a million things every single day happening designed to keep us stressed. So let's talk about how we can reduce that, how we can regulate. When you are stressed, your brain prioritizes survival over anything else, right? It makes it harder to make clear decisions. It makes it harder to take aligned action. It makes it harder to regulate your emotions. When you are stressed, when you are in fight or flight, when your nervous system is freaking out, your brain stops thinking clearly. Oh, right. Who would benefit if you're not thinking clearly? If you're not remembering who you are? If you're not remembering that you are God, you are source, you can create any reality that you want. Who benefits? Let's always ask those questions. So, this video, I really want you to remember how important it is to regulate. I'm going to give you a bunch of ways you can regulate and give you the encouragement that you deserve to feel good. And it is possible for you to feel good. It is possible for you to make more money because our nervous system is capping how much money we are making. Money is a very highly charged energy. Let's talk about that a little bit as well. But overall, it is very, very, very possible for you to feel good. Okay, so let's actually get into the money. Because a lot of the clients I work with, if you didn't know, I help my clients make more money by removing their subconscious blocks. Make more money doing what you love, because I believe entrepreneurship is the key to freedom. It's the key to building a life that you love if you really know you are meant for more. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. Regulating your nervous system really is the key to feeling safer, calling in more money, feeling safer, expanding, because money is a very highly charged energy. When you're starting to, even the first step of making more money and jumping into that next level of life is dreaming bigger. I always tell my clients that you need to be dreaming bigger. You need to figure out how much money you want to be making, figure out your goals, and then 10x them, right? Start thinking big. Start thinking delusional. Being delusional is the key to manifesting your dream life, okay? That's a separate video. I've made videos about that. But when you are dreaming big, when you are expecting more, when you are thinking about more money, for example, it starts to freak out our nervous system a little bit because our nervous system doesn't like change. And when you are changing your identity to be a multi-six-figure per month entrepreneur, when you're changing your identity to be in your CEO energy, it is weird for our body. We need to regulate to make it feel safe, because growth and expansion is uncomfortable for our bodies because our bodies don't like change. And even if that change is good. So what happens if you are dysregulated, or if your body doesn't feel safe at this next level, you're going to hit your upper limit. Our upper limit is what we feel comfortable at, the highest level that we feel comfortable at, with money, with our body, with relationships, with any situation in your life. The upper limit is how good it can get without your body kind of freaking out and self-sabotaging, right? The key to actually getting to that upper limit and pushing past your upper limit is nervous system regulation, making your body feel safe, expanding and growing and leveling up. That's why my clients level up so much, because we really emphasize the nervous system and how much our nervous system affects what we are going to behave, how we are going to behave in this life, what action we are going to be taking, and if we are actually going to be self-sabotaging all of the success that comes in. Another reason why your nervous system is so important is because your nervous system affects your mindset. I'm a mindset coach, but I really focus on your nervous system and regulating, because every thought that you are thinking, most thoughts that you are thinking are also affected by our nervous system. Our nervous system and our mind go hand in hand, especially our subconscious mind. They're basically the same thing. They're very intertwined. So if you are in a state of fight or flight, if you are stressed, and most of stress and most of anxiety is just dysregulated nervous system. So if your nervous system is dysregulated, it's going to be sending these signals to your mind, right? That you need to be on the lookout mode. You need to be prioritizing short-term survival instead of thinking long-term. Right? So if you cannot think clearly, if your body is sending you signals that you need to be on lookout mode at all times, of course it's harder to level up. Of course it's harder to actually make good decisions. Of course it's harder to manifest a life that you love and start creating the life that you love. That is also your nervous system affecting your frequency, right? This is something that I always talk about as well. You are creating your reality. You are aligning to different versions of reality based on your frequency. Your frequency is determined by your mind and your body. Your mind when it comes to your thoughts and your beliefs, and your body when it comes to your feelings and your nervous system state. Your nervous system really, really does affect so many things, and it affects so much of your frequency. So let's talk about some ways to regulate. Some of my favorite ways to regulate are meditation. Okay, having some type of meditation practice, I believe, is crucial for you to level up, is crucial for you to feel good. And it doesn't have to be this intense meditation. It doesn't have to be a super long meditation, but having some time just with yourself in stillness. If you don't spend time observing your thoughts and just spend time with yourself, then how are you going to know what's going on? How are you going to know what thoughts you're thinking? And how is your body going to know that it's safe? Because if you're taking time to just be with yourself, stillness, observing your mind, you are telling your body that you're safe. You are resting. Rest is productive. You need to tell yourself that, because a lot of people feel like if you're just sitting down, doing nothing, if you're meditating, feel like you're wasting time. But it's actually such a beautiful time to listen to your intuition, to connect with yourself. So many of the most important downloads and intuitive hits have come to me when I am just sitting down or laying and doing nothing and just listening and connecting with myself. Another amazing way to regulate is breath work. And that doesn't have to be a long breath work, intense session as well. It can just be taking some deep breaths. I pair meditation and breath work a lot, because when I recommend a meditation practice to my clients, I just recommend sitting down for 3 to 5 minutes to get started if you're just starting this practice, and just focusing on your breath, just focusing on taking deep breaths. Anytime you are distracted, anytime a thought comes in your mind, which that's normal, thoughts are always going to come in your mind, just observing it, letting it go, and coming back to your breath. But there are amazing guided breathwork sessions on YouTube, on apps like Insight Timer, on Open, apps like that. You can do a guided breathwork session, which is amazing, life-changing for so many people. Another one of my favorite ways to regulate is EFT tapping. EFT tapping, if you've never tried it, stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it is an incredible modality because you are tapping on these different meridian points on your body where you're following a guided session. Okay, you're tapping on these different meridian points, and you are calming your amygdala down when you are saying charged sentences. A lot of times you start off the tapping session saying, even though I'm feeling a little bit anxious, even though I'm feeling a little bit bad, you are tapping on your meridian points, you're tapping on these certain points on your body, and you are calming your amygdala down. Our amygdala is in charge of the fight or flight mode. So you are literally calming those anxious thoughts down, calming your amygdala down, while also affirming the news story as well. Love EFT. That's something that I do with my clients to help you get rid of any subconscious blocks, get rid of any fears. Highly, highly recommend. Another amazing way to regulate your nervous system is actually walking, moving your body. Having some type of movement practice every single day is very, very, very needed for our bodies. Our bodies are designed to move. It can be a 10, 15, 20-minute walk. That is a life-changing exercise to start adding into your routine. Also, just spending time in nature in general. I was talking about walking. If you can walk outside, that's amazing. spending time in nature in general is life-changing. It really, really is. That's something that I've been doing a lot lately. And I really genuinely believe just within a couple of weeks, it's been helping me level up my mindset, been helping me regulate so much. And I've been having a lot of revelations lately. Okay. And I think that means that the going out in nature is working. I've been doing a lot of grounding. That is an incredible practice. Go hug a tree. Go take your shoes off and touch dirt, touch the earth. Spending time in nature, touching the ground genuinely will change your life, because a lot of the nervous system regulation tactics are actually just us coming back to who we really are, us connecting with nature. Most of these things are free. Taking time off of social media will help you regulate your nervous system. Social media really is designed to mostly keep us, occupied, keep us searching for more dopamine, and very overstimulated. And the last thing I wanted to mention is making sure that you're not immediately waking up and checking your phone. That is a shock to our nervous system, not a great way to start your day. Starting your day off with something calming like listening to affirmations or doing EFT tapping or meditating or doing a gratitude practice. I didn't mention that, but focusing on the ways you are already grateful for your life also regulates your nervous system. Gratitude is the ultimate cheat code. But overall, I hope you really understand that regulating will change your life. My most viral TikTok ever was me saying that regulating your nervous system is going to solve all of your problems. And while maybe not all of your problems, I do stand by it will solve most of your problems. Most of us are just in chronic dysregulation. We are not thinking straight. We are overthinking things. We're having anxiety. We are in fear, and regulating is absolutely going to change that. And something that I wanted to emphasize as well is that anytime you are feeling bad, most of it's probably just being dysregulated, or you just need rest, or you just need to come back to yourself. Anytime you are feeling bad, have a plan. Have a plan of how you can feel better. If I'm ever feeling anxious, if I'm ever feeling down, overthinking, doubting, I listen to Neville Goddard. Okay. I listen to a Neville Goddard rampage. I go on a walk and I do EFT tapping. Those are typically the three things that I do if I'm actually feeling like a little down bad, if I'm not my most positive self. I have a plan. And lately I've been going to ground, and that's the easiest thing I can do. Thankfully, I have a park close to me, and I don't care if I look like a weirdo. I go to that park, take off my shoes, take off my socks, and ground. Okay, I sit there for 20 minutes usually or so, because that's such an easy thing to do. You're just sitting there. You're literally just sitting there. There's really no excuse. So have a plan. Have something that you know you are going to do if you're feeling bad. And hey, we're all humans. We all feel bad sometimes. We're not all super positive all the time. That's normal. But how long do you want to feel bad? How long do you want to be in those sad feelings, in the doubt, in those limiting beliefs, in the rumination period? How long do you want to do it? If you know what makes you feel better, why are you choosing not to do it? Why are you choosing to stick in that? And yes, I get it. Sometimes we need to feel our feelings. Feel your feelings. Feeling your feelings is actually the best thing that you can do to let them pass through you, to integrate them, to learn the lessons that you need to learn. But how long are you going to stay in that? Having a plan to regulate, come back to yourself, have a mental diet of coming back to being in charge of your mind makes you a master manifester. Do you want to be a master manifester, or do you want to stay in your mediocre life of going in circles? Okay. I hope you loved this video. I hope you got something useful out of it. Put in the comments what you liked about it, what you want me to make videos on. I love you all so much. The Inspired Delusions podcast will be back soon. By the time this video comes out, hopefully the podcast will be coming out very soon as well. Me and Kama have been working on a lot of things in the business, a lot of things in our coaching business, and just getting everything tip-top shape. Also, by the time this comes out, maybe I'll put something at the beginning of this video too, but there should be a nervous system regulation guide. Okay. I just talked about some ways to regulate on this video, but we have a nervous system regulation guide teaching you a little bit more about your nervous system and a bunch of ways to regulate. So I'll put the link to get that as well. It's free guide for you because I want everyone to feel good. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you. I am a coach. If you want more support, I have an incredible coaching program called Becoming Future You, where you can learn more about as well in the show notes. Sending you lots of love. You deserve to feel good. Remember that you're powerful, and I will talk to you soon.